Alright, good morning everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the 21st meeting. Today's word of the day is optimism, and the theme is the power of positivity. I'm going to talk to you about a person who inspired me and who's a very good example of the power of positivity. He's a very good singer and a speaker, and he's performed in many of these community events. He's appeared on local radio stations and television shows. He has memorized 250 digits of pi, and he can say the 12 longest words in the English dictionary in about less than 18 seconds. He has about 1 lakh YouTube subscribers for his channel, and he has raised $500,000 for charities. He believes in this thought, dream big. He aspires for a Grammy one day and perform in front of 1 billion one day. So, who's this person I'm talking about? Or how old could he be? Can anyone guess? At least the age?
21.
21? Okay. He's a 13-year-old fearless boy who has an incurable disease called osteogenesis, which in simple terms means his bones are brittle and weak. He's not like another child. He was born with 40 fractures, and in his first 13 years of life, he has had about 130 fractures. So, his attitude, look at his attitude. Even after facing so many challenges, his spirit is so unbreakable. And that's what I think we all should be like. He's just 13. Can you imagine what kind of... A 13-year-old kid, I can't still digest the fact. He could have chosen to cry and crib about why he's not like the other normal kids. But he chose not to do that. He has to change. He chose to be happy and optimistic. He chose to use his voice and not crib about things. And I think that's what we all should. We should stop saying we can't and say I can and I will. Over to the president.
Thank you, Priyanka. So before we begin, let me introduce Mr. Amit sir. He is a Rotarian as well as a member of Toastmasters. He is also very active in, and as far as I know, he is a great speaker, and he is also an entrepreneur, and he is having a social media company running. So I feel this immense pleasure to welcome him to our session. Thank you so much. So before I begin, let me first talk about, let me just give an overview. Like optimism, when we talk about, what do we actually understand? Or optimism, what does it actually mean? So before I get into, let me take up a small story. You know, in small markets, when you know, we call it in Mela or something, when they are built, what happens, there will be many kinds of sellers sitting over there and selling some of the other stuff, maybe something for kids or maybe something for biggers. So similarly like that, there was a guy, a balloon seller. He used to sell balloons over there. And those balloons used to have helium gas into it. So what happens if you release it? It goes up into the sky, right? So whenever his business used to go down, he used to release a balloon so that the kids all around the market used to see him and ask their parents to go and buy one. And one day he was observing one small kid was pulling his jacket, and he saw what happened. Then the kid asked him, "You're releasing green, yellow, blue. What will happen if you release a red balloon?" And then the seller smiled at him and said, "It is not about the color, it is all about what is inside." Ladies and gentlemen, the same thing applies to us. We also have something inside that makes us go up, and nothing else matters. And that is called as attitude. You see, the most important word in English language is attitude. There's nothing more important than this. If you have the right attitude, you can reach anywhere in your life. The right attitude begins with having optimistic behavior. The right attitude begins with being always happy, cool, calm and committed. We all have seen the movie all is well. What does Amir Khan say in that? He keeps on telling that let's make our heart believe that everything is good in our life. Let's make us always feel that no matter what happens, every day will be amazing. And that practically works. Let me explain that how it works. I mean, you all would have observed this. Think of the devil and the devil is here. Does it work for all of you? It works, right? How does that work? Because we were thinking about someone and the person appears. The same thing applies in every situation of life, not just negative things. You see, there's something like this. Our body is a solidified mind and our mind is a rarefied body. What it means is, what we train our body as, our mind becomes the same. If we really keep it healthy, our mind becomes happy and strong. And at the same time, if we keep our mind positive and happy and healthy, our body also starts behaving the same way. And not just our body, the entire situation around us becomes what to say? It follows up. It follows the same thing. That's how it works. Suppose a situation arrives to me. There was a time when the steamboat was invented. So the inventor, when he first time went into the water to test it out, there were people who used to say, this won't work, you can't make it happen. But the boat started running. And all of a sudden, all of them started saying, no, now it won't stop, now it won't stop. I mean, look at how people negative are. Once you are negative, all negative things start happening to you, because that's how the entire situation works. And if you are positive, you have the capability of looking at more opportunities than a pessimistic person. And that's the power of being positive in life. That's the power of being optimistic in life. Ladies and gentlemen, it's always about this. No matter what happens, if you think you can, or if you think you cannot, you're always right. With this, I would like to conclude my speech over here, and I would like to call next Secretary, Ms. Kirti, for the minutes reading.
I'm here to present minutes of 20th meeting held on 16 July 2017. We had Mr. Ramlal sir as our chief guest and general evaluator, and Mr. Sagar Bashar, president of SICASA Speakers Forum 2017. Our meeting started at 8:05 a.m. Mr. Vasudev started the session welcoming every member, and he spoke on the theme of the day beautifully. Presidential address. Mr. Sagar started the speech by quoting, "Change is hard at the beginning, messy in the middle, gorgeous at the end." He spoke on the theme of the day relating to his own life. Prepared speech. Mr. Jagdish presented his speech on Project 3. He spoke on life story of Michael Phelps and his achievements. Butterfly session was held by Mr. Suman. All members got equal opportunity to participate. Members as well as general evaluators appreciated the questions. General evaluation, Mr. Yagya and Mr. Ramlal sir was the evaluators, and they evaluated the entire session. They suggested members to shake hands, not to leave stage empty, not to end speech with thank you, to work on opening, body and conclusion of the speech. And finally our meeting ended at 10:33 a.m. So let's welcome our MC Ibrahim.
Good morning everybody.
Good morning.
So word of the day, optimism. Optimism is being positive. So who are all waiting for IPCC results here? Can I? So who are all positive now? Yeah. I didn't see any hands raised. Who are all positive? Just one hand, two. Yeah, it's good. So with the Miss Priyanka and President's message with regard to optimism, they said that attitude matters. You have given your exam and you have to wait for the result. That's it. Don't waste. One of my friends, let me tell you an example. My friend, she was so tense when she's working. She's telling, I have results now. I have the CA final results we got on 18th July. No, she's saying, I have results. I'm so tense. I don't work now. I can't work. Something like she's saying. Don't get tense like that. Be positive when you walk out of the meeting. Be positive. And getting into my duty, I would like to call upon role players to introduce themselves. Butterfly session, Miss Jay Kumari. Could you please introduce yourself?
Good morning everyone. My name is Jaya. I will be handling butterfly session. You have to speak on a given topic for 1 minute minimum and maximum 2 minutes. Back to Ibrahim.
And I would like to call upon timer and grammarian of this meeting, Gaurav.
I'll be the grammarian and the timer for today. I'm covering up for the timer for a friend of mine who's still not here. So the prepared speeches goes like this. You get 7 minutes. The first green card will be shown at the 5 minutes. When the 5 minutes are over, the second yellow card will be shown when its 6 minutes are done, and the red card will be shown when 7 minutes are done. And I'll be looking at the pronunciation part of grammar also, and would be suggesting corrections so that everybody can, improve on those. Thank you.
And filler word of the counter for this meeting is Mr. Himanshu.
So in today's session, I'll try my best to find out how many people are trying to lag in between their speeches, or maybe using the words like or something which is not a part of the speech, because the speech is something to be really fluent and consistent, which should not include any filler words. So I'll try my best to find out such mistakes and help them out with the same. Thank you.
Getting into the first topic of our meeting, that is prepared speech, and I would like to call upon the first speaker, who is got an award in science fair and who is an rank holder in SSC, Mr. Nasim Haredi. Can you please come on the stage?
Thank you everyone, and good morning everyone. Myself Nasim Haredi. I am from Andhra Pradesh actually. And thank you for giving this opportunity for introduce myself. And in Andhra Pradesh, I did my school days, everything and all. In 7th standard, I got this award in science fair exhibition, and I got I am the school topper in SSC. And then I was thinking what to do, and I joined Polytechnic. And I had been studying for 6 months, and then I left. I didn't interested in Polytechnic then, and again I went for intermediate. Okay, then I got 90% on that, and simply thinking what I do, and I had two options: engineering or CA, what I will do, or degree. And my friends all people went for degree, and even I was thinking, oh, degree will be so colorful life, everything, CA, everything, man, attempts. And then I am little confusion. Okay, let it be. I will come to CA. Then I came for CA, cleared CPT, and then IPC I wrote first attempt, and then I failed. And then what happened means, then again I went to my hometown and I met my friends. Arey yaar, you are telling no, don't join CA. Again you join CA, you fail. Yeah, let's come join degree. Then I was in the stage that I have to enjoy. I don't know the career, what to do, everything else. I left CA by that time, and I went for degree. I did 3 years degree. I really enjoyed a lot. And I came. Finally, my dad threw me into Bangalore. I do some job. Okay, I was doing job as a team leader in SS India Private Limited. Okay, fine. They are giving salary. Okay, I'm going. Life is going on, but not fulfilled. It's like a bottle only with half water. Something is there in my heart that. When I was going to sleep, I was getting inside my one little Nasimha is there. When I don't have Facebook, WhatsApp, mobile, no friends, nothing and all, you to come out and tell, "Arey yaar, pagal, you failed, you left CA." No. Again I got a little confused. What I have to do like that? I did 6 months job. Okay, fine. Then finally I met my friend. She was doing CA articles that time. And asked his opinion, how is doing everything and all. He's telling, yeah, I really am enjoying this career, everything and all that. Then what about myself? I don't know my self-analysis also, what to do, what not to do. I was just thinking how to enjoy first, mainly cricket. And finally, I stepped out from the job. I resigned the job in the January, and I opted for IPCC exams. I wrote well. I am confident in that I would clear this exams. And that finally I realized what means. Instead of this one enjoying this everything and all, these are short-term happiness everything. We have to choose a career which we should love actually. Usually people will prefer, okay, market is going up, CA is, right now it is big, can go for that, you will get good salaries. No, it's not like that. Whatever the position, if you are feeling better, okay, just try to love that. That's a simple concept I found that, whatever the situation. And I was thinking about that, how to change myself. When I was, I can't do anything, I can't take self-opinion also, decisions, everything and all. Just looking, is there something similar, is there any objects like, it can change my life, mind like that. I used to roam, like any parks, everything, wherever there is greenery, I will go there. And I was thinking, then I found one book, You Can Win. It was written by Shukera. It's really changed my life, okay. How means, he had told about positive attitude, everything, even our session also, with attitude. Really it helped me a lot, that book. It has shown how to pursue your life with self-confidence, what are your goals, goal settings, and how to achieve that. Everything it was clear it has shown. And then find that whatever I can do, whatever the course everything I can do. There is no fear of me like, if I am going for that, no, I can do it, I will go there. If I can't play volleyball, not only studies, cricket, anything, any game, I will participate, I will do it. There is no question in my mind right now, I cannot do something. I can. That's what right now I am going that. And I have a good strategy in my life, like after these exams, I was looking for actually Big Four. I will join for that firm. And I have a good strategy, I will clear in 3 years this CA and be a good chartered accountant. That's it. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Narasimha, for such wonderful speech. I'd like to call upon an energetic and entertaining person of this meeting who enthusiastic with their speeches, Mr. Manoj. Can you come onto the stage?
Good morning, friends.
Good morning.
Okay, all are active now? Let me introduce myself. My name is K. Bhargav Manoj. I am from a village. I came here to introduce myself as self-introduction. I am going to tell about your best friend when I completed my speech this session. You can't believe that your best friend he is my best friend. I am going to tell that best friend in my session this speech. Okay? Let's start about me. My name is K. Bhargav Manoj. I completed my school at my village and I joined Inter at actually I am from Andhra Pradesh, Anantapur. And I completed my Inter at Vijayawada Sri Chaitanya College, MPSC. Then I shifted to CPT. I cleared my CPT and PCC Group 1. Everyone has some goals in your life. Like that, I also came to that achieve our goals and I came to this route to fulfill my goal by completing CA. But it is going to achieve shortly. And this is a Yes, I can tell me about my personal things, self-introduction, no? In my village, I am very active. I have one team. Wherever I can go, the team will follow me. Every village, every member has like that only. But in our village, I have my team. In my school days, I can participate in one Coco championship. I got runner-up there. My hobbies are watching advertisement videos. I am very interested in watching advertisements. Okay, I said no, I am going to tell about your best friend in this session. The quotation was told by Charlie Chaplin. The quotation was, "Mirror is your best friend. When you cry, it never laughs." A very inspired quotation by me and you too, Okay. I returned my PCC Group 2 exam that May. I am waiting for results. Everyone also someone, I think except final students, they got all the results. This is about myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Manoj, for your introduction speech. And now I'd like to call upon the most inspiration guy to me, and I am very lucky to have him in this meeting here. He has broken his bones. He got his bones fractured. He did his IPCC preparation in home itself. He didn't went to any colleges. I'd like to call upon Mr. Girish. Can you please come onto the stage?
Thank you, Ibrahim. Happy morning, friends. Happy morning. Yeah, so it's a Sunday morning and all of us are here. I don't think anyone else over here anyone else in Bangalore would be like, yeah, Sunday morning, we'll go to a class, other than CA students. CA students, there's no Sunday. First Monday, second Monday, and then the week goes on and on. My name is Gautam Girish. I actually, when I was like very young, I had a fracture in my leg. I was bedridden for almost like a year, but then again at that childhood I didn't realize it, but I got up, I became well. I never had an operation in my leg. That was a very good thing. So it's all of my natural body. I don't have any rods in my leg. And then that was one very good incident for me, which I realized it now, not then. At that point of time I had a childish brain, but now I realize that when I was a child and I had that inspiration that I could get up and I could walk again. After failing IPCC twice, why can't I again try? That was the only inspiration which brought me to attempt in my May attempt, and I am looking forward for the results on 1st. So I hope it will be a positive result. And since the topic is optimism, today morning itself I asked one of our friends, like, what's the good news? Since he got his CA final results, and he just said me one thing that I didn't clear, and my instant reply was, wow, good, you got one more chance to write another one more attempt in which you can prepare good. Then I have many inspirations. In total I have 7 inspirations. People look for outer inspiration. I look for inner inspiration. Like, I don't go looking for people outside for inspiration. I see my parents, my brother, my sisters, my cousin and my cousin's father. All of them, they are like a different kind of inspiration for me. Everyone give me a different set of lesson, which is actually inspiring me. And this and all thing I started noticing only after I started doing IPCC. So I think IPCC has changed me a lot. Then coming to myself, I am a home tutor. I take tuitions for kids, and along with that I am doing my ITCC, and yeah, that's it as of now. Thank you.
Thank you, Girish. Thanks for having me here. As we have 7 wonders of the world, he has 7 experiences to share. And now I'd like to call upon the person who is good at sports, Mr. Suresh. Can you please come on?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, my name is Suresh, and I am from Andhra Pradesh, Kadapa. As everyone knows, last introduction I had been given in 20th meeting. Now, I would like to tell about time. Everyone knows about time, how it would be and how every person uses in his life. What I am meaning to say is, utilization of time is very important in our life to grow and to improve our everything. Time is the most valuable one in the world. Everyone knows about time, but they are not giving their time. Time. How many knows? How many of them you knows about time? Utilization of time. How you are using in your life? Good. Is that you are thinking that you are utilizing your time? Yeah. Everyone utilizes their time, but every second and every is important to our life, which is every person investing their time, which is a free of cost. Without investing time, nothing we can get. Who utilizes their time, they will be the most wonderful person in the world, in their life also. What I mean to say is, if you want to grow in your life, you want to manage your time according to you. If you want to utilization of time, you want to give up all other things which is in your life, and that management should be there. Thank you.
Thank you, Suresh. Now we are at the end of prepared speech. I would like to call upon the grammarian of this meeting, Mr. Gaurav. Can you please come onto the stage?
These are very small mistakes. I'm not going to point out names because we all are here to learn, and I'm sure a lot of us also will make these kind of mistakes. So the first proverb used was, think of the devil and the devil is there. Usually people say think of the devil and the devil appears. And it was said with the Miss Priyanka and the president's speech. So we do not add the in front of somebody's name. So we do not use that. She's saying. So when you actually say something in the past continuous tense, you can say she kept saying. So you can continue like that. The introduction should never start with myself Gaurav. You can rather say I am Gaurav. Hi friends, my name is Gaurav. But it should not start with myself Gaurav. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. Equolution is elocution. Elocution. Okay. I got 90% on that. You rather say I secured 90%. If you want to say I secured 90% my IBCC. Okay. Went hometown. You rather say I went to my native. Sounds a little better. Went for degree. Joined degree. Throw me into Bangalore. Threw me into Bangalore. Mainly cricket. So why I'm using this is because he said that I was interested in mainly cricket. So I was involved in cricket. I was interested especially in cricket. Okay. fear for me. So when you have a fear in yourself, you say fear in me. I do not have any fear. So fear for me and fear in me is what you can use to replace. Join for Big Four. Join Big Four. I mean, I want to join for Big Four. I want to join Big Four is what you say. As I told last meeting also, a lot of us use over here our. It's our. So when I say, our school, our house. So it's not our, it's our. It's not love, it's love. It's not helped, it's helped. Help. I don't know how to pronounce the wrong one, but it's basically helped. And joined. So as Ramchandran sir told in the last meeting also, our native language has a lot of impact on our English speaking, and that's where the challenge is. It challenges us how well we can change these pronunciations so that it becomes for the better. So tell my best friend. Tell about my best friend. I hope you guys are getting it, because I wouldn't be able to write full sentences. So yeah. Everyone has goals in your life. We'd rather say everyone has goals in our lives.
In their lives.
In their lives, yeah. In their lives. A and a. We use a in a lot of places. A is not used a lot of places. Right? I don't know in what context that was written. Tell me about my personal things. Tell about my personal life. Okay. Interested in watching advertisement videos. Advertisement videos interest me. Or interested in very inspired quote by me. Okay, yeah, this thing is, I felt that inspired quote by me is like, that you are saying, you have given that quote and that has inspired others. So because you have got inspired by a quote by somebody, you should say it has inspired me. Okay. Inspiration guy by me, the guy who inspired me. Like we spoke about Gautam Girish over here, and he said that inspiration guy by me. So we say he inspired me. And last intro I had given. Okay, that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you for your wonderful comments. And we'll have a break. We'll have a break for 15 minutes. We'll go upstairs and have something. Yeah, breakfast. Welcome back, everybody. Moving on to next topic, we'll have butterfly session. Ms. Jaykumari, can you please come onto the stage?
Well, my first topic is a day without smartphone. It goes to Priyanka.
A day without a smartphone. I think probably I would not use my WhatsApp, no YouTube, and my favorite shows gone for the day. Still I can use the TV, so it doesn't mean a big deal to me. Books. I read books in my smartphone. So that I'll be kind of missing. Especially Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter. So if I don't have my phone in the night, it's like, oh no, I can't read. So one day without smartphone. But I think I still can survive. It's not a big deal. What else? Games. I love playing games, so that's also gone. Subway Surf especially. What else can I say? That's it. I think pretty much that's all.
Best advice you have ever received. Girish Gautam.
Thank you. So the best advice, I think the best advice I had received was from my dad's auditor. He is Mr. Kirti. He has an office in Bibikang Road and he is working on the KK Bhansali. He gave me the best advice is like, you can do CA instead of doing ICWA. And I think so that was a very good advice that I got. I actually didn't have any good thing in my mind. Like, yeah, good ICWA, it's something good, 4 letters word. Then like he gave me 2 letters, CA. I was like, what is this? I was wanting to do 4 letters. He's giving me 2 letters. And after I started my CPT, I understood that, yeah, this is not just 2 letters, this is a really different world. So I think that was a very good advice that I got. And obviously, every day I get a new advice. My parents are always there for a new advice every day. Like, don't do like this, don't do like that. Sometimes it's irritating, but when you look at it by your parents' view, like from the other side of evaluator's view, you get to know that, yeah, there is something that you learn from it, and somewhere like, yeah, you are doing it wrong. So I think those are the best advices. So thank you.
Your biggest phobia. Geeta B.
This is mine. Good morning, friends.
Good morning.
I am Geeta. I did my schoolings from JHS Bangalore. I did my PUC college and all from PS College. I completed my graduation from PS College, same college. From there, when I was studying first PUC, there I found one teacher, accounts teacher, named LP sir. He used to say one thing: rush where there is no rush. And he was just focusing on a good career such as CA. He also suggested CA, CS, CWA, but he was strongly focusing on CA. Then he asked few students who are interested in doing CA. Whole class was silent. 2 to 3 students raised their hand, and till today 2-3 members are continuing CA. Everyone they are doing their job. I did my CPT from CAPS and I did IPCC from CAPS. I have written 2-3 attempts for IPCC. I didn't got any results. Sometimes I used to feel why I am doing CA. It was demotivating me. Results they were demotivating me. Then thanks to my family, they were continuously motivating to do CA. There is none other job like CA and all. A few friends are doing something. They'll read, they'll do business. They are doing something and all, rather than going to professional field. Thanks to my family, they are continuously motivating me. So till today I am doing. Again I went to Asia's Academy to continue for IPCC. Now I have written in May, both the groups I have written. I am hoping for positive results. I did well today. That's it. Thank you.
Dream job. M. Narasimha Reddy.
Where I got connected with dream job. Struggling from my school days, I used to tell my parents I will become, some days I will be an aeronautical engineer, sometimes I will become a pilot, a judge, something, whatever I see. If I see a popular film, I will become an actor. And when I grown later, like after 18 years, after 18 years, I will think I will become a nice actor. Like that I will get so many autographs, everything and all. That's a dream which I got. Then after that, after degree, everything and all, got some change in my life. And then I have seen my dream job means getting past CA, and I should get my own firm, not to work under some other person entire life. I have to start my own firm, and I should feel like whenever I want to take I can take my leave, won't leave. I need not to ask. That's one other persons like that. And that's the dream job I was just looking at. And I won't stop with that, okay? Like getting CA passed only. I won't stop that dream. I will just extend for doing like not only in CA, whatever I feel better, okay, I feel better. I will do that. I won't stop studying everything and all. I'll be keep on going. That's it.
What makes you angry? Take the
What makes me angry? When people always think I'm silent and they judge me as I'm very innocent, kind of thing. But the thing is, when I open up myself and I speak out whatever I feel, then they think that no, she's not what I think, she's different, and they keep on telling that, which makes me feel very angry. That they start judging as soon as they see me, but later they think no, she's not like that, she's something different. She always speaks, all those things. She's very notorious, all those things. Yeah, that makes me angry, and not only when people judge me, I also get angry when people judge others without knowing them, and which is not good, I feel. Thank you.
holiday plan for this year? S. Akhil Kumar Reddy. Holiday plan for this year.
Now I am doing articles. This is by August 29, first year will be over. So at any cost I have to complete at least coaching by this year. By the end of I will start my coaching for final November onwards. Then at any cost I should complete my attempt by first attempt, at least first group May 19 attempt.
Your best friend and why? Suresh.
Morning, friends. Good morning. As already my introduction over. The topic given to me is my best friend and why. Everyone knows that their best friend is differ from everyone. Someone feels that their best friend is books. Someone feels who will help their in future or helping now. They will feel that they are their best friends. As per my view, my best friend is my parents and who suggest me in through right way. Whenever I am doing some wrong steps, at that time who will make me to go through in a right way, those are my friends and I will be in touch with them at any time. Those are my friends, and why means that I will make my mind in that attitude, so that I will feel like that only. Those are my friends and they will be my best in my life. So I will keep thanking them at every time while I am going to my bed. So who suggest me in the right way and who makes me in future to help every human being and everything, they are my best friends. Thank you.
Your favorite food which you can eat daily? G. Lalita. Your favorite food which you can eat daily?
Hi, I am Lalita. My favorite food is curd rice. But here in my hostel there is no curd. Every day we go outside and eat. That's it. And also, Gobi also I like so much. Every weekly once, me and my friends, I only paid money to them and go outside and we will eat. So next time I will speak.
Which country would you like to go and visit? Why? Chandra CN. Which country would you like to go and visit? Why?
Basically myself, Chandra. I have recently completed my artificial and associates. That's it about me. My topic is which country do you like to go and why? Actually, I don't want to go anywhere apart from India. I like my India. If you want to compare which country you wanted to go and which country you wanted to serve, I basically feel my country is the best and my place is the best. Wherever I will be, that place is the best. That one I wanted to pursue and I wanted to. And why means, basically, I'm from arts background. When I was doing my inter, I know about history about many countries in the world. I think India history and India culture, whatever Indians have followed, it's scientifically proven that it's the best, and it's all about how they pursue about what they are following. If you wanted to judge other culture or other histories or whatever the case may be in relation to comparatively in the world, our India is the best. That's it.
Your favorite childhood game? J. Bhargav Manoj.
Hi friends, I completed my introduction and may I know your name please. One more time I am saying my name. My name is K. Manoj. Which favorite game?
Your childhood favorite game?
My childhood favorite game is Lagori.
Yeah.
If any, we will, in our team, there are people 20 members. I very much play Lagori game because anyone angries me, we will play that game. And some more games also is there. And especially Lagori is my favorite game in childhood. Recently, cricket also we are playing. Coco in inter-schoolship mein Coco I am very active in Coco champions. Okay, thank you.
What do you love most about yourself? Raj Lakshmi R.
Hi everyone, good morning. I am Raj Lakshmi R. Today I'm going to speak about what do I love the most in myself. To tell particularly, it could be my confidence and the attitude I possess. Maybe I don't want to boast about myself, but I want to tell a few things which I really inspire in myself. It's like I don't get into trouble that easily, and I don't get depressed that easily, and I don't bother about anybody. It's because I have my own way, I have my own style of doing things, and it's like mostly people think like what do others think about me when I do this, when I do that. One good thing I like in myself is like I don't think that, I just go on doing it. I don't bother about what people think about me, and the thing is like I trust people very easily, and that's one thing which betrayed me a lot. I suffer a pain because I trust people very soon and they betray me. They just speak on my back and just go away. I have experienced a lot of things like this. and this was one thing which taught a great lesson in my life. So now I don't trust people that easily, and I don't trust anyone. And basically they say this very thing, this fear of trust is known as misanthrophobia, and I'm a misanthrophobist. I tell this openly. Thank you.
Continue.
Are you more likely, more like your mom or dad? In what way, Ibrahim? Your mom or dad? In what way?
Thanks to the electricity. Okay. When it comes to personality, I'm more like my mother. When it comes to color, I'm more like my father. And you can't see my color, it is dark now. And with regard to my character, I have my own character. I haven't got my father's character or my mother's, because we have shifted places. My mother and father, they born and brought up in a village. When they shifted after marriage, when they shifted to town, I was very notorious when I was small. My father always used to tell that you're not at all like me or mother, where you got all, why you are so notorious like this or something like they used to tell. And anything which matches, yeah, one thing matches is I have a very warm heart to people who are in need, and I like to give my part in that, who are in need, that's it. And I think that's the common thing from my parents I got, and personality, that's it. Thank you.
If you had an opportunity to address large gathering, what message would you give them? Himanshu.
Okay, so if I had an opportunity to address a large gathering, what would I say to them? I mean, it all depends on the theme of the session, first of all. But if I was called as a guest, I mean, literally, I have been reading a lot of motivational books. So my suggestion or my speech would generally contain something that inspires people, or something that helps them, or something that is motivating enough. Maybe it is about attitude, maybe it is about time management, maybe it is about, let's say, something about people management, or how the organizations can work in a better way, how we can save the cost, and how we can make organizations run faster with much more profitability. This could be one of the things which I can say. In fact, sometimes I feel that giving out such things or suggestions or speeches helps people more than anything else. People who are looking for knowledge, they can get it anywhere, but becoming inspired is something that is more of a use. Becoming inspired and then automatically working on that system does help you out. I mean, if I have to run an entire train, I'm not supposed to work on every single part of it. It's all about the engine. If I can make that engine work really well, the entire train can run at a really high speed and achieve its goals. So it is all about the mind that works. And I feel if I had an opportunity, I'll work on something on people's mind, and I will try to help them to make it better. Okay, thank you so much.
Back to Ibrahim.
I request to the gathering to please fill out the ballots which you have given. Please vote accordingly. And I'd like to call upon Rajya Lakshmi, who is the individual evaluator of this session, onto the stage, please.
One thing is like, please don't take the comments very personally, and everyone of us are here to learn. So let's try and make some few changes in us so that we'll prosper as a better person. First of all, it's Narasimha Reddy. You had very good body language, but you were very frequently pulling on your sleeves, and there was no proper eye contact. Maybe you can work on it. And you had a very good stage presence. And then good content you spoke about. And then Bhargav Manoj, though you did not have a proper message, it's like you did not have the proper flow. You didn't want to leave the stage at once. It was a very good thing, and I would like to appreciate you for that. And you didn't want to leave it. That's one positive thing for every one of us, because many of us, if we don't have a content to speak out, we'll be rushing towards the seats. So you did a great job, and you were quite nervous, and the flow of the content was here and there. So next time when you speak up, make it sure that the flow of content doesn't go like that. And then Girish, you had very good body language, and you had a good stage presence, and your gestures, everything was perfect, good. And then maybe you can improve on your eye contact. And Suresh, you were quite nervous initially, but when the butterfly session was going on, you were normal. And then body language and gestures were good, and you can little improve. And then Priyanka, very good, interesting topic was given, and it was good. Eye contact, the same thing. And Girish again, good content. You had a good content, good body language. And Geeta, you had a good content. Sorry, you had a good content, but work on your body language and stage presence. Kirti, eye contact should be improved, but overall it was very good. And Akhil Kumar Reddy, it was good. The content was very good, and improve on your body language and the stage presence. He was quite nervous, and I think he was hurried to leave the stage. Akhil Kumar Reddy, you were hurried to leave the stage.
No, I don't know what is happening here. Again, first day.
Yeah, same. Even I'm the first. This is the first day of mine. So we hurry to leave the stage. Don't do it. At least you stay on the stage. Maybe something could come to your mind. And then Lalita, you were quite nervous, and even you wanted to leave the stage as soon as possible. But don't do that because you can do it. Just think positive. And Chandra, good content, improve on your body language. And Ibrahim, when you had a very good body language, gestures and all, and content was really good. Himanshu, and you had a very good body language and content. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajlakshmi. And moving on to the timer, I would like to call Girish onto the stage, please.
So, I am being given the timekeeper's work. So, Priyanka spoke for 1.09 minutes. Gautam, that's myself, I spoke for 1.43. Geeta B spoke for 1.53. N. Narasimha Reddy spoke for 1.14. Kirti spoke for 1 minute. Akhil Kumar Reddy spoke for 0.23. Suresh spoke for 1.24 minutes. G. Lalita spoke for 0.3 minutes. Chandra CN spoke for 1.2 minutes. K. Bhargav Manoj spoke for 0.47 minutes. Raj Lakshmi R spoke for 1.45 minutes. Ibrahim spoke for 1.31 minutes. And Himanshu spoke for 1.31 minutes in the butterfly session. Basically, this timekeeper's this work is like you get an opportunity to, if you are, this is the second time of me speaking. The last time when I spoke, it was for 28 seconds, and this time it has become 1.43. So you can actually keep a record of like how you are improving. So basically the topics are given all of a sudden. You don't know what comes into your mind. So you can actually improve on this. So I would like to call upon Ibrahim.
Thank you, Girish, for such a value addition to keep maintaining a record of our timings. And now I'd like to call upon the chief guest of this meeting, who is the managing partner of Mad Hat Communication and an entrepreneur at social media agency and a past president of Sunshine Toastmasters and an enthusiastic Rotarian from Rotary Club of Bangalore. I'd like to call upon Mr. Amit Bhairaj sir.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So we'll start off with, so I've also done kind of the general evaluator role, which is similar to what Raju Lakshmi did. So I will anyway give feedback to everyone who I've actually evaluated. All right. So I'll start off with Priyanka, who was the Sergeant at Arms. I think you had a lovely story, and I think there's something that all of us can learn. She obviously heard of this story from somewhere, probably an article or YouTube, and she converted it into a speech. So if you're ever struggling for topics, then YouTube, right? So I think it was a very powerful and moving story, so congratulations on that front. Let's give her a round of applause. Now, the area of improvement that I have for you as the Sergeant at Arms, it's your role also to introduce the President and make him feel happy when he comes on stage, right? So find out a little more about Himanshu, like talk to him a little before.
This was just my second.
No issues. I'm saying for the next time, right? So you'll probably be doing this.
It's just actually some others are supposed to do it. They are not there, so we were like, okay.
Okay. So as a general feedback, right? So whenever you are calling somebody else on stage, it is your role to make sure that they feel happy coming on stage. So because that sets the tone for them to, really do well. If they're because they will be nervous when they're sitting in their seats, but then suddenly you hear something nice about yourself that lifts your spirits, alright? So that's a general feedback that I'll give. Himanshu, the President, I think you speak really well. You have a lot of poise when you come on stage. And you shared a fun incident with us. And I like that you linked it to the theme and the word of the day. So again, I think the introduction that you had for Ibrahim was very short. You could have worked on that as well. The MC for the day. Okay, let's give Himanshu a round of applause. Ibrahim, I think you did a fantastic job. You seem to know everyone. You didn't need to refer to so many notes. So I think that was a job well done. Was this the first time that you're doing this? Okay, great. So let's give him a round of applause. For the role of grammarian, we had Gaurav who did the role. I think he did a tremendous job. He was able to pick out points in everyone's speech. But a general recommendation for anyone who takes up the grammarian role, I think we should also focus on positive things that people use. There was some really good, good usage, good phrases and metaphors. Like for example, in Narasimha Reddy's speech, he had a couple of really nice metaphors. Like the bottle was half full, the little Narasimha in me said this. So those are like nice things. So we need to focus on positives as well as areas of improvement. So that is my feedback. Now I'll move on to the actual speakers. So Narasimha Reddy, like I said, you had really good usage. I can see that you actually worked and wrote out something, because those are metaphors that are hard to come up with on the fly. So congratulations for that. You used persuasion, body language and vocal variety, which I think is something which is pretty hard for someone who's coming on stage for the first time. So let's hear it for him. Manoj, I think you did a really good job. I know this is the first time that you're coming on stage, so I congratulate you for taking the first step in your communication journey by coming up on stage. That's the most important thing when it comes to project one. It's just coming on stage and taking that amount of time. If you have 5 to 7 minutes, make sure you hit 5 minutes, and that's all. That means you've succeeded in project one, because that's all we want you to do, come up on stage. Okay, so I think you did really good. If you want some tips on how to improve the next time, I think your biggest problem was that you were not able to recollect what you had written or what you had prepared. Alright, so a general suggestion to anyone is divide your speech into chunks, alright, and have just one sentence for each paragraph. Okay, one sentence that tells you what that paragraph is about. You can keep it on a cue card or something like that. Alright, so then you just try to remember that in sequence. So even if you forget something, go to the next paragraph. Okay, so then you will not forget, or you will not forget as much, alright, than if you're trying to remember your entire speech in the exact sequence. That's the only feedback that I have for you. Gautam, Girish, I think you did a tremendous job. You were so confident. Gautam, Girish, right, okay. You were so confident on stage, and the story that you shared was really nice. I wish you would have told us a little more about yourself as an individual, because most of it was about your CA journey. So anyway, I think we need to give a round of applause to Manoj and Gautam. Suresh spoke about, I think this was project 2 for you. So I'd just like to ask the Himanshu primarily that if we do have a manual, then let's try to ensure that these speeches are mentored by someone, because a mentor can provide you a lot of insight into how you can structure, how you can prepare. Right? Do you have a mentor-mentee relationship right now?
We do have
people. So all of these speeches were mentored by someone?
In all the last sessions, there are mentors, and they like Toastmasters are there.
Okay.
Around the sir or PT Shetty.
I mean, they came here, right? But Suresh, did you actually send your speech to someone? No? Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about when it comes to mentorship. So you ask PT Shetty, you ask Ramlal, ask Chittur, ask them to give you mentors, okay? So what a mentor does is you send the speech and they'll work with you to help you improve, right? So project 2 is about structuring your speech. How to have an opening, how to have a body, support the points that you have, and how to conclude, right? So each project you learn something new. The first one is just about coming on stage. The second one is how to structure a talk. The third one is how to get to the point. Because a lot of us have the tendency to ramble for a very long period of time and nobody knows why we're talking, right? So each project you learn something new. If you follow the manual, go through the manual, get it mentored, you guys will do a fantastic job, alright? I think the butterfly session was fantastic. Let's give our butterfly master a round of applause. I think the topics you chose were really easy for people to speak. The first time that I came on stage, I was on stage for a minute and a half and I didn't say anything. So the topic that I got was really hard. It was a slip between the cup and lip. And I didn't even know what that meant, so I was, just silent on saying that. But that 1 minute that I was on stage was really important to me, because I said, oh my God, I need this, because I wasn't able to do this particular activity. So I think the fact that everyone spoke for some amount of time was really good. If we can ensure that each speaker will be on stage till they see the green light, that will be fantastic, even if they don't have something to say, because that will drive you to really improve. You'll be like, oh my God, last time I didn't speak enough. So what happens on stage, you guys know what's fight or flight, right? Have you got the term? Okay, so whenever you're in a situation where you're not too comfortable, there are two things that you can do. You can fight the situation or you can run away from it. Okay? So what happens is if you come up on stage, you're in that moment right now. You're fight or flight. Okay. So the way you can fight it is by staying on stage until you've completed your time, or you can just say something and you can say, okay, no, I'll speak next time and I can go sit down. So try and fight it. Stay for a minute at least, and that will really help improve your speeches. So those are my points that I have. I'd encourage you to introduce a couple more roles, like the R counter was there. I don't think we heard from the R counter. You were the R counter, okay. So there's something called R counter, there's a listener role. So we can include all of these in your session, and it will give a role to other people who don't have a role. Because you see, you spoke already as the president, but, sorry, your name? Lalita, is it? Okay, so Lalita didn't have a role today. We could have given her the role of R counter. So what we want is everyone should come on stage. Although everyone did speak because of the butterfly session, but I want people to come on stage more often. That will really help the club. So these are anyway general comments. I hope I haven't given you too much feedback to work on. I know this is the first time for many of you, but trust me, this is very important. What you guys did here today is very important for you. The first job that I got was because of Toastmasters, the sister community club that is similar to SICASA Speakers Forum. So I know for a fact that the first job that I got was because of my Toastmasters experience. It's because when you go for an interview, although your resume speaks volumes, it is the interaction that you have with the interviewer which makes the final decision. Will they remember you after that? It's because of the interview that you have, not your resume, primarily, right? So thank you so much for having me. I had a fantastic time. I hope to be back some other time. I'll hand it back to you.
And thank you, sir, for such wonderful comments. And I'd like to hand over the session to Mr. President, Mr. Himanshu.
Well, it was a wonderful session today. In fact, even though it was done in a very, very hectic situation, but we had somehow managed it very well. So, okay, before we end up the session, we have, we have the votings to be done. So I would like them to conduct. Okay, I think she's doing it. So we would like to declare who are the winners for today's maybe best prepared speeches or best role players and other two. Okay, so as I already had a role of R counter, or which we call it as filler word counter over here, I think as far as I observed, there were really less. I mean, it is not as much as, it is not too much. In fact, I also lag a lot in between that. So what happens is when we are thinking about something, it automatically happens that either we are quiet or either we are in a situation where we just keep on saying or something else like that. So what the point is, it looks a little odd from the other side, because a prepared speech is something that is completely fluent, having an opening and a body and a conclusion. Our job over here is to give out a speech as an orator and not as a teacher. This was the first lesson I learned when I started competing in elocution contest. So what they told me, what I am doing is I am working out as a teacher over here. I mean, what a teacher does is it will be a little more of what to say. It will be a two-way communication. But as actual speakers, when we go to Toastmasters Club or even the theme of our speakers forum, it says that this is something that has to be completely professional, whereby we speak, we have humor in between, but it is less like a teacher and more like a person who has a complete set of work. He's really prepared of what he has to speak. So if we focus on doing that, the fluency will improve, and once the fluency improves, automatically these filler words will start coming down. The number will start coming down. Few other suggestions which I could see is like we have always focused on the point that the stage should never be left empty. And today also I could observe a lot of such problems, like, I mean, taking it positively, what happens when someone comes, he is busy with his thought process, how to speak out. So he forgets to come and shake the hand with the person who has introduced him, and again he leaves the stage without making him back come to the stage. So that looks a little unprofessional, because stage being empty could distract the audience. Someone has to always be there, right sir? So that suggestion has to be worked upon. Other things could be, I could observe in prepared speakers, I forgot his name, but he was moving a lot on the stage. I mean, he was a little shaking his body, and this does what our mind can focus only on one place. Either we can focus on someone's speech, or we can focus on what he is doing all around himself. So what happens is, what happens if you are trying to do a lot of other stuff, your content loses the value. So what our focus should be, let the feet be stiff, at least for a stage which is not really wide enough. Because if we focus on moving our eyes from here to there and moving our fingers or doing something with our hands, the message kind of loses its power in it. It loses its power. This is one of the suggestions which I could think of. And as far as our MC's speech was concerned, it was really awesome. One suggestion I can also put for him is, when he introduces someone, then he says, can you come onto the stage? Right? I mean, this could be a little unprofessional. What has to happen is, let me introduce Mr. X. He has done this in his life. Let's welcome him. I mean, that could have done the work much better, instead of calling him personally. Because as I already told, as an orator, there's no personal communication going on in between. It's really professional. So what happens? I introduce him, I call him, he directly comes. I need not say, can you come? I mean, this could be a suggestion for him. And obviously, we have to reduce a lot of disturbances. Sometimes it happens, disturbances keep happening. Of course, we are working on them. So background disturbances also have to be reduced. Okay, I think that's enough for me. Okay, with this, I think we are done with the meeting for today. So we would like to conclude it.
Another 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. So I would like to come. Amit sir would like to speak for 2 minutes.
Thank you. So I noticed that there was only one evaluator for all of the 4 speeches, and it becomes quite difficult for one person to follow so much, and there's only so much that she can add if she tries to focus on 4 speeches. I'd recommend also that you give 4 different evaluators, give them the actual guidelines of how they're supposed to evaluate, what they're supposed to look for, right? Because the guidelines for project 1 is just coming on stage, but he was attempting his project 2. So that has a different set of things that you need to focus on, right? And things like body language and eye contact come much later. All right, in at least Toastmasters, it comes a little later. So a lot of you may not have actually evaluated someone before. So let me just give you some few tips on how to give an evaluation, or what is an evaluation. All right. So in Toastmasters, we follow something called evaluate to motivate. All right. We're not picking out flaws from somebody's speech. So there is a method called the sandwich method that we use. All right. So it's basically your evaluation needs to be split in 3 parts. You've got a positive, okay, things that they did really well. Okay, so you have to mention, this is what I really liked about your speech. I liked that you had a beautiful introduction. I liked that you had nice body language. Okay, then areas of improvement. Next time try to do this. In my opinion, I want you to do this, because there's no right or wrong, correct? It's merely our opinion that we're giving. And finally, you can conclude with something positive as well, because that will motivate the person to come on stage again. Okay, so just keep this in mind the next time you're giving an evaluation, and I hope more of you try to give evaluations, because that's also a very important part of speaking. You know, listening, finding areas of improvement. It will help you as a speaker as well. All right, so I hope you can implement these. And back to you.
Final one. Three parts you told, no?
Yeah, correct.
Positive, areas of improvement, final one.
Is positive again. So conclude with something positive. So that. Okay.
Okay, in fact, I also remembered one more thing which I had to say. What happens when we are speaking, I mean, already our name has all been announced. But as far as I observe today, when people come on the stage, they will start by telling their name again. So that kind of distorts the speech itself. It has to be in a way that is does not waste even a second of the listeners. Because since already you have been introduced by the person, you need not even say your name. You can just start with the content. That is one last suggestion we had for today's this thing. Okay. Anyways, for today we have to conclude over here. So we would like to close the meeting right now.
Okay, the best prepared speaker, Girish, 5 votes. And best butterfly speaker, Himanshu, 4 votes. And again, role play also Himanshu. Evaluator, Raj Lakshmi.
Thank you. So congratulations, all of you, including me. Okay. Since we have a lot of new members today, if anybody has any doubts, you can ask us, or if anybody wants to come over here and take this opportunity to speak out for 5 minutes, they can come out and speak. Anybody would like to speak something?